I didn't ask him to get me pregnant, but yes, I had a relationship with him and he got me pregnant. I don't know why I fell in love with him, but yes, I do find him like as a danger.
What is the basis for you objecting for him having standard visitation? If Mr. Torres went to go pick up your son at 6 p.m. on Friday, it wouldn't interrupt with his occupational therapy, correct?
It wouldn't, but it would interrupt with his emotional well-being.
Now, you chose to have a child with Mr. Armando Torres, correct?
No, I didn't ask him to get me pregnant, but yes, I had a relationship with him and he got me pregnant, yes.
And you continue to communicate with him regularly, correct?
For my child, yes. And I've never taken that from him.
Okay. Now, do you communicate with him via text?
Via text, FaceTime.
Okay.
My son prefers.
Now, your claim is that your son is, what is the basis for you objecting for him having standard visitation?
Because of Mr. Torres's background. He has a lot of assault and domestic violence.
Objection, objection. Do you have any certified copies of any?
I don't.
Okay. And so you're just going off of whatever you think you've heard or.
No, because when he had court for certain cases, so I'm aware of them.
So it is your claim that you believe that Mr. Torres is a dangerous person?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm going to show you what I've marked as exhibit number 1. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
Okay. And that is a conversation between you and Mr. Torres, correct?
Correct.
And that was on Friday, January the 5th?
Correct.
Okay. And you say you feel like holding him close?
Correct.
But it's your testimony that Mr. Torres is a dangerous person, correct?
He's just not responsible. I went to go eat with him and his 2 older daughters.
Objection, non-responsive.
Objection sustained. Ms. Hassel, just answer the question. I believe the question was, do you feel he's a danger to you?
To me, no. To my son, I feel like he's not responsible.
If your testimony prior was that Mr. Torres was a dangerous person, is it now that you're changing it to he's irresponsible?
I guess, yeah, you could say that.
Okay, so your concern is not his dangerousness, correct?
The thing is,
objection, non-responsive. It's a yes or no question, Ms. Hassel.
Objection sustained. Just answer yes or no, Ms. Hassel. It's a yes or no question.
No, I do find him, I don't know why I fell in love with him, but yes, I do find him like as a danger.
Would you agree with me that if a mother believes that somebody's dangerous, they should keep them away from their child?
I still let him interact with my child.
Objection, non-responsive.
Objection sustained. Just answer yes or no questions, Ms. Hassel, please.
Okay.
Would you agree with me that if a mother believed somebody was dangerous to their child, they would keep them away?
I agree.
Okay. I'm going to show you what I've marked as exhibit number 2. These are texts right before January the 5th. And you state you will always be a part of our team in this journey we call life, correct?
Correct.
But it is your testimony that you believe Mr. Torres is a danger to your son. Yes or no?
Yes.
And then you state again, I love you, Mando.
Yes, and I will love him. He is the father of my child.
Now, if Mr. Torres is so dangerous, it is your testimony that the only reason you're allowing him around your son, Aaron, is because he's his father?
Correct.
Okay. Now, would you agree with me that you've never witnessed Mr. Torres be physically violent with your son? Is that true?
Sure. Not with my son.
You've never witnessed him spank him or hit him or do anything to hurt Aaron, correct?
No, because he's never around. Like,
objection, non-responsive.
Objection sustained. Just yes or no, Ms. Hassel?
No.
In fact, all previous attempts for Mr. Torres to visit with Aaron require you to be present. Is that correct?
Not necessarily me, but correct. An adult.
And you consistently text Mr. Torres that you still have feelings for him, correct?
Correct.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Stevens, do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Shasso, have ever been any violence between the two of you?
Yes, there has.
And what was that?
I have pictures of one time when we were in Las Vegas and he did hurt me, bruised me, but I never did anything because of course I was in love and I felt like I didn't want that to like cause him more problems than the ones he had because he
Okay,
had a case.
well, when was this trip to Las Vegas?
It was December 2019.
And what did he do to you that caused bruises?
Objection leading.
Objection.
Okay,
Let her
and-
rephrase the question, Ms. Hassel. Hold on a second, okay?
Okay.
okay, you stated you have pictures that showed bruises that were made during that trip. Is that correct?
Correct.
And where did those bruises come from?
He pushed me, he punched me, he took me out of the room.
Okay. Has there been any incident since that time that has happened between you two?
No,
Okay. Has there ever been any reason, any kind of harassing behavior or anything like that that would cause you to not want Mr. Torres to have your phone number or your address?
no,
Okay. Do you believe, based on that experience, that he would be a danger to your son?
not a danger. I just feel he's not responsible enough.
Okay. Do you believe you can communicate with Mr. Torres and make decisions that are in the best interest of your child together?
Always.
Okay. All right. I have nothing further at this time.
Ms. Hassel, when was the last time that that Mr. Torres saw his son?
Last time he saw him, every time I come to Laredo, I call him and invite him like where we're having dinner. The last time we saw him was, I'd say a little bit over 2 weeks ago at Chick-fil-A.
All right, and how long was that visit?
He was there maybe like an hour.
All right. How often has he been visiting? Is it at least once a week, once a month?
Once, I'd say once a month. When I bring him for a haircut, he takes him for the haircut. But of course, we go together.
To the haircut? You all go together?
Correct.
All right. Has Mr. Torres ever asked you if he could have his son by himself?
He has, but
Now,
this
what
last
has been your response? Yes or no?
by himself, no. Not
In other
yet.
words, you say no.
Yeah, I say no.
All right. Were you all ever living together at any time?
When I was pregnant, we did live together at his dad's house.
All right. And so did you separate after the birth of Aaron?
Correct. After I had my son, we were already having problems, so I moved in with my parents.
How old was Aaron when you all separated?
It was right after the hospital. We actually moved in. My mom cleaned out my room and everything for the baby.
All right. And so it's basically you just think that he's irresponsible. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct. This last time we met up with his older daughters, the second oldest told me,
No, don't tell me any hearsay, what anybody else. Okay.
Okay.
Is it just a belief you have that you just feel he's irresponsible?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. I don't have any other questions. Ms. Stevens or Mr. Tejas, do either of you have any follow-up questions?
Well, can I ask a couple questions, Judge?
Yes, you may.
You stated that there was you're making allegations regarding a domestic violence incident that occurred in 2019, correct?
Correct.
And you're alleging that he physically got violent with you in a public area at a hotel in Las Vegas, correct?
Correct. Well, it was a public place visit. I was inside the room.
You just testified under oath that you were pulled out of a room. True or not true?
True.
There are surveillance videos in every hallway in every hotel in Las Vegas. Would you agree with me?
I agree.
And this is your testimony that you failed to make a single police report, right?
Correct.
You have no corroborating evidence other than a purported photograph that you supposedly have, right?
I have photographs and I have text messages with him.
You do.
Yes.
Did you bring them today?
No, I didn't know he was gonna hire an attorney. I thought it was
You were served with court, correct?
correct.
You knew that you had the ability to bring your own attorney today too, correct?
Yes, but
And you chose not to, correct?
I'm a child and I don't have the money for it.
Objection non-responsive.
Objection sustained.
You were given paperwork that you were supposed to be here at 9 a.m. today. online, correct?
Correct.
And they told you you could hire an attorney to represent you, true or not true?
Correct.
And you failed to do either one of the two, right?
No, I did not fail to do either one of the two. I was trying to connect at 9 a.m.
Okay. You didn't hire anybody, right?
I don't have for it. No.
I have no further questions.
Ms. Stevens?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Torres, where do you reside? In Zapata?
No, ma'am, in Laredo.
All right, all right. After hearing the evidence based on the parties' agreement, this will be temporary orders setting child, well, I don't know if the parties agreed because I don't think that Ms. Hasso agreed to going forward on anything, but the court is granting temporary orders setting child support, finding that Mr. Torres is the father based on an acknowledgement of paternity, but based on Ms. Hasso's own testimony that he is the father of the child. The court will set temporary support at 203, and Ms. Hasso, you will have the child insured. When you come back, and this is just temporary, when you come back, you can bring any other evidence regarding any other resources he has. And then also your cost of insurance, so we can get the reimbursement to you of insurance and adjust the child support if we have to. The court finds that the child is over 3. There is not enough evidence to overcome the presumption. The court will grant standard visitation, first, third, and fifth weekend of every month. Ms. Hasso, because you live in Zapata, apparently the problem, based on your own testimony, the problem may be this one incident that happened in 2019. So just to make sure, we're gonna have the pickup and the drop off at a public place in Zapata. There is a McDonald's there, I believe, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
All right, we can use the McDonald's place. Just take the child there and he'll pick up the child there on Fridays and then return the child on Sundays, okay? When we come back, the court will have to adjust child support. We'll do so. Ms. Hasso, any questions? This will be temporary orders. We will come back and deal with the conservative if you want, Ms. Hasso. So if neither one of you has any questions, you are excused. I will sign the order electronically. Ms. Hasso, if you wish, you can also get an attorney.
That
Yes,
also,
yes,
I don't want it. I don't want to go through this.
okay. You don't want child support?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it in there because I find it's in the best interest of the child, and even if we don't do support, we still have the other issues, the insurance and the visitation. So I'm just gonna leave the child support in place, okay? We'll
Okay.
come back on April 26th. What I was gonna tell you is if you decide to hire an attorney, make sure you give him the Zoom code, okay? So they can log on, that he or she can log on with you, all right?
Okay.
I will sign the orders electronically. That's when it becomes final. So thank you very much, Ms. Hasso, Mr. Torres, and Mr. Tellez. Thank you.
Judge, that
Judge,
was
just-
April 26th at 9 a.m.?
Yes, if that's available. Otherwise, that puts you into May, maybe.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I heard it right.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
then conservatorship is reserved.
Yeah, we'll reserve the conservatorship. Thank you. Bye.